Hello, this is Brian Rezny, president of Rezny Wealth Management, bringing you an important update about the economy and the investment markets. Hey, we're still working on the final results for the presidential election. Hopefully in the next couple weeks we'll have an actual confirmed, let's say, president for the next 4 years. Regardless, as I've talked before multiple times, regardless who's in the White House, the world's going to continue. Our current president, in our opinion, has better policies for growth, but we're still going to grow in the U.S. and around the world. I think a lot of parts around the world, as I've talked repeatedly, which we are not invested in and we are not looking to invest anytime in the near future, especially Europe. We're looking at a couple areas in the emerging markets. I will say that, though. But Europe, they're going to have issues even more magnified than they did before COVID. Obviously, there's a number of vaccines that are done and just waiting for the final FDA approval, as I've talked a few weeks ago, which should be any day or any second. Bottom line is this. If you look at the statistical numbers on COVID, and again, I don't want to talk a lot about the medical side of it. I know there's a lot of fearful, I'm going to call it, news out there that scares people to death. But bottom line is this. I have a number of frontline doctors. I have a number of frontline administrators for hospitals or friends and all those. So I really kind of am somewhat probably more knowledgeable or in the know than probably a lot of people. And I will tell you, COVID is like any general flu that comes around every single year. That's what I'm hearing from my frontline doctors. So again, as always, do what you need to do to make yourself comfortable. But if you look at all the statistical numbers that are coming out, the death rate is virtually nil at this point. Good therapeutics and things that get people to come back if they do catch it, and it's a little bit more nasty. So generally speaking, this administration's done a great job in fast tracking really not only the vaccines, but also the treatments and all to help it overall. So pretty proud of that scenario, and I think every American should be. The overall U.S. economy, we're looking to pick up additional steam as we get into 2021. We're going to be making a few portfolio adjustments as we always do as necessary, so remember that. I always try to stress to every client there's always going to be volatility. Remember, we're going to get a 10% pullback before we go up 10% or not. So remember, volatility is normal. There's going to be another something 6 months from now. Oh my gosh, the world's coming to an end again. There's volatility. The market's selling off 10%. Folks, it's normal. The big key is it's what you do with that news, and if you understand how that affects the overall economies of the world or where we're invested or the companies. And what I will say is this. There's always going to be something. There always has been something that has temporary setbacks in the bond market, real estate, the stock market, what have you. Volatility is normal. But I do see a good potential for 2021 in the overall economy. We're going to have a big recovery, in our opinion. We're already starting to see the foundation being laid for that. So again, volatility is normal. Expect a 10% pullback in your portfolio, maybe a 12% pullback in your portfolio in the next 12 months. Or maybe not. But I ultimately see 2021 being good, the next 3 to 5 years being positive. The vaccine is going to be rolled out. It's already being made. It's already being stockpiled. And I think once people are actually starting to get their vaccinations, maybe they'll come back to normalcy. I think half the country, to be brutally honest, is scared to death because of the media. I used to live in Illinois, as many of you know. I still have an office there. I will tell you, from my office staff there, they're like, Brian, this is the biggest joke in the world. People think everybody's dying left and right in Illinois, and that's factually not the case. Their death rate's no different than in Florida, which is, we've got the oldest population in the country, and our death rate is basically almost like a 1/10 of 1% or less of the people that actually contract it, which is really within line or less than the normal seasonal flu, just to give you some statistical numbers. Now, half the country's real nervous, half the country's like, hey, we're over it, wear a mask, wear gloves if you need to, social distance. Bottom line, when the vaccine comes out, people will get back to that normalcy. When that normalcy comes, people will go back and start spending more money, in our opinion, which is a lot of pent-up demand, which means opportunity within the U.S. economy, more so, in our opinion, than anywhere else in the world currently. As always, if you have any concerns whatsoever, give us a call. We'll schedule a phone review. If you want to come in office, great. We've got the holiday season coming up. Our phones usually get pretty darn quiet, but we're still doing a lot of research getting ready for next year, of course, as always. But call us if you have any questions. And as always, if you have friends or family members who need a real money management firm, we always appreciate your referrals and your business. And I will say this year, from what I can tell right now, we're having a record year of referrals from existing clients. So again, we thank all of you who have referred friends or family members or business associates. Keep us in mind. Our number one goal at Rezny Wealth Management is keeping our clients happy. If we do well by you and keep you well informed and keep the portfolio moving in the right direction, that's our ultimate goal. It always then feeds back in our growth of our business. Make sure you guys all have a safe and profitable day.